This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, received the Brazilian Vice President, Michael Temer, and his accompanied delegation at Zabel Palace on Monday. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed discussed with the Brazilian Vice President a number of issues, particularly in the economic and tourism sectors, and ways to enhance cooperation between the two countries. The meeting was also held in the presence of Dubai's Crown Prince, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The ruler of Dubai also received an official invitation from the Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff to visit her country. The UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has asserted that applying positive energy in all aspects of life is the key to success and excellence, as it motivates innovation and serves as a catalyst to overcome challenges and to explore opportunities that develop the community. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed's statement came during his meeting with 25 Kuwaiti university students that are currently visiting the UAE. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed described the success of the UAE's initiatives and projects as a direct result of planning, perseverance and hard work that was originally initiated by science. He added that in its early days, the UAE sent young Emiratis abroad to learn and acquire knowledge and skills to serve their country and to support ambitious objectives. As well as highlighting the strength of bilateral relations between Kuwait and the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed welcomed the visiting delegation and wished them a fruitful visit. His Highness Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Deputy Ruler of Dubai, presented the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Business Awards to both local and international companies today, recognising and rewarding best business performance. The Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Business Awards, now in its 7th year, are considered one of the highest levels of recognition for business performance excellence. According to His Excellency Hamad Bouamim, the President and CEO of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who is also Chairman of the Steering Committee for the awards, around 160 local and multinational companies were shortlisted, and the ones with sustainable and best business practices were chosen by the panel of judges.
The award is really about the excellence, how businesses are performing and be able to achieve the best results and be able to sustain them, because usually when we review the company, we review the past 40 years and we have to have enough proofs that this performance can be sustained in the future. And of course, this year we received many applications, but the final serious ones were around 160 companies coming from all over United Arab Emirates. And we award the best ones. As you saw, we have some local companies and we have some multinational companies. We have big companies and we have small companies. So the model proved that it's working, and the best ones picked up the awards here. They looked, of course, at the strategy. It looked at the leadership as a major element. It looked at the customers, and but it put more emphasis in the results part of that. I indicated in my speech also, we start putting more emphasis in the area of governance, the area of CSR, and the area of innovations. So the companies that score high in everything I mentioned are the ones that won.
The awards were presented according to different categories, and among them was DP World, who was recognised for outstanding performance in 2013, whereas Valtrans was recognised under the services sectors category.
This is the testimony to the 28,000 people working in DP World who are striving to excellence. And this award really means that we are in the right direction. It's not the end. That means there is a lot for us to do to improve ourselves, because the matter is really not just about the award, about sustainability. How do we sustain the company? How do we continue to grow? Growing needs a lot of improvement in the work, and the improvement are a process. That is a continuous process. This award to me and to us, the DP World, that we are in the right direction, but the road is long.
This award means a lot, probably the whole world, that to us and the whole team. And for that, I extend my gratitude to the committee, to our team, and to our clients, and to the city and the United Arab Emirates for all the efforts throughout 10 years of efforts that we achieved among over 200 companies that I believe have joined to compete.
The UK is set to welcome visa-free travel for Emiratis from early next year, as revealed by the British Embassy over in Abu Dhabi. According to news agency WAM, the British Prime Minister, David Cameron, announced the new scheme at the Lord Mayor of London's annual dinner, which is expected to launch in the UAE, Oman and Qatar in early 2014. The British Embassy said in a press release that similar arrangements will be extended to Kuwaiti passport holders later on in the year. The new electronic visa waiver will be free and can be obtained up to 48 hours before departure. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, was quoted as saying that the visa waiver will strengthen relations between the two countries, especially in the areas of economy, health, tourism and culture. According to Visit Britain, 530,000 visitors from the GCC travelled to the UK last year, up 6% on the previous year. And Gulf visitors are also the biggest spenders, parting with more than 12,000 dirhams per person per visit. The Emirates Foundation hosted the first ever Philanthropy Summit over in the capital on Tuesday, where global business experts and philanthropists discussed the transition into strategic philanthropy in order to maximise the impact of investments. Her Excellency Sheikha Lubna bin Khalid Al Kazmi, the UAE Minister of International Cooperation and Development, who is also a board member of the Emirates Foundation, delivered the opening speech of the summit, where she stated that philanthropic capital can play a critical role in socio-economical development. The summit was also attended by His Excellency Sheikh Sultan bin Tanoon Al Nahyan, the chairman of Abu Dhabi Tourism and Culture Authority. The summit was organised to debate and share experiences of maximising the impact of philanthropic investments, which will eventually benefit societies in a sustainable way. Experts at the summit from various foundations across the world, including the Shell and Gates Foundation, recognised the transition from traditional to strategic philanthropy, urging for an increased focus on measuring and maximising the socio-economic impact of the philanthropic capital. The Emirates Foundation has focused on empowering the UAE youth by helping them maximise their potential. According to their CEO, the summit provides a platform for local and regional philanthropists to share the lessons learned with global entities, whilst also discussing ways of improving efficiency and maximising investments.
As you know, the summit aims to discuss philanthropy in transition. It will look at the current changes underway in the sector. They are structural, widespread, and increasingly gaining traction. And there is growing recognition that philanthropic capital can play a critical role in driving socio-economic development.
We believe that as philanthropy transitions into a more business-based model, that essentially means becoming a social enterprise, becoming an efficient, business-based, targeted entity that creates social value. This is not about creating profits, it's about creating social value by deploying philanthropic capital more efficiently and more effectively. So traditional philanthropy, certainly in our case at the Emirates Foundation, was when we were a grant-making organization. So we were issuing multi-sector, multiple short-term grants. We've now transitioned into an operational model, so we're looking at long-term. So we don't have time-bound projects anymore. We're not going to be saying this is something we'll do for the next 18 or 24 months. We say this is something we will do ad infinitum until the social issue that we're trying to address has been resolved, or at least there is a systemic change and improvement.
The summit also played host to a representative from the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, who reiterated the policy of maximising philanthropic investments to ensure long-term sustainability.
You ask yourself, how is that dollar that I'm going to invest have more impact? And so this is what we talked about, that journey, how these foundations turn their model around, what have we learned, and how can it be an inspiration to other foundations in the region. What you have to do is think, how is that money going to be best used? How do I have impact? What's the social problem I'm trying to solve? And how am I going to be sustainable? Meaning, in the longer run, how are these young enterprises that I'm going to help be able to generate profit? So this is really what we're looking at here. It's not about telling others, oh, you should do what we're doing. It's about saying, if you're just writing checks to NGOs that you find interesting or where you find all the causes are important, but it's not because you're doing good that you're doing it well. And this is what we're saying.
In an effort to ensure that consumers have access to affordable medicines, the Ministry of Health announced today the reduction of prices for more than 150 medicines. From the 1st of January 2014, the prices of 192 innovative and generic medicines for chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol and allergies will be reduced. This announcement was made today at the launch of the 4th initiative on pharmaceutical prices reduction. The Assistant Undersecretary for Medical Practice and Licence and Chairman of the Blood Transfusion Higher Committee at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Amin Hussein Al-Amiri, stated that around 23 pharmaceutical companies have committed to lowering the prices of certain medicines. Within the 45-day period until implementation, the ministry expects proper coordination between companies, agents and pharmacies to ensure the availability of all medicines, as well as sufficient supply availability in the market.
Today we announced for the reduction of the price of 192 medicines. Out of 192, 152 are for the chronic disease, the medicines for the chronic diseases, for hypertension, heart failure, diabetic, high cholesterol, and the diseases which the patient needs the medication for continuously all over his life. And therefore, the reduction range, it's almost from 10 to 60%. It will be a great support and a great help for the patients who are in need of those medications.
And finally, looking to other news now, Arty, the contemporary luxury furniture and interiors company, celebrated the reopening of its newly revamped showroom with a Gatsby-inspired soiree on Tuesday night. The interiors of the Arty showroom were transformed into a stunning, decadent Gatsby mansion, lavishly decorated in opulent gold and silver, with a massive tinsel chandelier encircling the rooftop. The new showroom spans across 31,300 square feet, spread over 2 spacious floors, which provides an all-round service for luxury interiors. Arty represents and showcases collections from major international brands, including Fendi, Visionaire, Ralph Lauren Home, Minotti, Kenzo Maison, Missoni Home, Jean-Paul Gaultier and Christian Lacroix, just to name a few.
The history of the store actually very old. It comes down to over 30 years. We've had to renovate it to make it look more modern and contemporary to go along with Dubai, revolution and the real estate and everything. We're still representing the same brands that we've carried before, but today we're representing them in much modern way and contemporary way. Basically, our first aim was to make our customers enjoy a beautiful party. So we chose the 1920 because it's very famous for glamour, for luxury, for big parties, for, I would say, mainly luxury. Especially that they used to do it in big palaces, and this is what we wanted, people to be reminded of and to enjoy as well.